And welcome back to Flexible Games, where we are playing Factorio. Well, in this episode, we need to kind of revamp copper a little bit. And the last couple of researches I've done, and quite a bit of our production, when our production really kicks on, pretty much the whole copper line just dies. And part of the reason is I just don't have enough smelters and I don't have enough room and all that kind of stuff. But we have an alternate copper production that we can do that gives us yet another resource. But also the important part is it actually gives us more copper plate for every ore that we're mining, and we have a finite amount of copper here, and we can burn through this pretty fast. So what I'm looking at here is this advanced copper processing, and it uses 7 copper ore, but it gives us 10 plates. Uses stone and coal and some hydrogen. Well, luckily we have stone and coal right here. So that is very fortuitous. And what we're probably going to do is put the stone and coal on its own, on one belt. So it'll be just one-sided. But the copper is going to have to be on a very fast belt because it uses 7 at a time. Now, I've already crafted the furnaces that we're going to be using. I thought I crafted 10. I did craft 10. They're down here. So let's do this. Let's put one there. A gap of 3. Like that. And let's just repeat that down here. What I need the gap for is the cobalt oxide that's going to come off of these. I need to put somewhere. And this really has to process fast. So this is the advanced copper processing. Let's actually put these, instead of in the middle, let's put these like up like this, so the middle can be the hydrogen. I'll turn my alt back on. Just like that. Now we're going to have to be bringing some hydrogen in. How much do we need? This is a 25-second crafting process. But we only need 1 hydrogen. So this is 10. So we need 10 hydrogen every 25 seconds, which I think is very doable. The hydrogen we're going to get from saltwater electrolysis, and I'm going to get 2 per second. So I'm going to need 10 every 25 seconds. And 25 seconds, I can do 50 of these. So just one of these saltwater or this water electrolysis will give me all of the hydrogen that I need. Okay, so I need actually smart inserters on the input and the output, because these need to be filtered for cobalt oxide only. Where are they? Cobalt oxide, just like that. So let's set all the filters, make sure that these will only output cobalt oxide. Now, the output for copper also needs to be a fast belt because it's going to be putting out 10 at a time. And oh, we need the speed in order to maximize throughput. I think I got, yeah. I'm using blue for this. I didn't want to use green because that uses titanium, and titanium is actually very limited right now with only that very small amount that we're actually able to mine. So I'm shying away from having using too much titanium. Okay, the other thing we're going to want to make sure is we have enough miners mining this stuff for us, because we're going to be using quite a bit of it. Yeah, that's fine. There's good. There, and yeah, I need to put that there. Perfect. And belt all of this stuff. Should give us what we need. And let's belt this across, and this can come down, and this can come up like that. That way this will go on the inside of the belt, this will stay on the outside. These two are on the inside, outside. These are going to be on the inside, so kind of may not be perfectly balanced, but it should function how we need it to. And I've already got a system to sort all of these belts and make them into what we need. Okay. So now we need to sort out stone and coal to share a belt. And let's request more blue belt. Make sure we have some on us. I have a little bit. So stone, we can, if we manage, we can put that on the inside of the belt. So how do we get this to the outside? It's like this. There we go. Now we've got coal and stone. We just need to make sure we've got copper. Let's put some power into the system here. Got plenty. All right, now I want to make sure with these express belts that these are only going to output copper. And so these will output intermediates, copper plate. And they're the fast inserters, or they're actually extremely fast inserters. Okay, now for piping. Okay, we can probably do some hydrogen right over here. So let's merge these together and bring some hydrogen and see if we have, yes, we can make one of these. Not sure which will be hydrogen. Yes, we got it right. Oxygen we don't need in this situation, so we're going to vent it. And we just need water. And it should produce plenty, absolutely plenty of what we need. Is there any power around? Not really. That should start producing and fill up the pipes. And we're going to need some more pipe. Here. Bring all these down. It'll fill up all the way down. And now we just need express. I need express for the copper. Don't necessarily need it for the coal and stuff, but can I do long inserters? Express long inserter. That's what I need. Because we need 7 copper per every 25 seconds. So when this thing finishes, it's going to be pulling in a whole bunch of copper. All right, and finished. So express long inserter. Let's just grab 10 of these. And add them for the other one. Make sure everything is nice and fast. And let's power it all up. Gonna have to kind of be a little tricky. Autosave. Not the best looking setup, but it should work well. Let's get her plugged in. There we go. We now have copper plate. So these should all output just a ton of copper. And my system is pretty bled dry right now, so it's going to take a bit for these to build back up. Just make sure they're all working. They are, which is good. We've got plenty of production available. So this is producing 100. So that's, 10 copper. I've got 10 of them. So that's 100 copper every 25 seconds. Basically 4 per second. Producing 4 copper a second. Let's check production stats with P. So you can see the copper up and down and up and down. So it's going to take a little bit to catch up. I mean, all of this stuff needs copper, and pretty sure the blue circuits down here need it. And let's put one last splitter right there. That way everything gets it. I'm working my way towards getting... Oh, my ammo was starting to run a little low down here. This was full all the way up to the top when I started this process. So yeah, we're using a lot of ammo, and one of the things I started doing is crafting up some blue belt, because I want to create a system that sort of pulls in all of these artifacts that are on the ground. We have thousands, and it's probably into the tens of thousands by now. I mean, there are so many artifacts just right here. I mean, there's 23,000 of the small ones right there. So it's pretty extensive. I want to create a system of belts that pulls in from a distance away and then automatically puts them into a chest, which the bots can then transfer to be crafted into the bigger ones. That's why I'm crafting blue belt, but it's consuming all of my iron. My gears just started hurting, so I finally got done with that process. I want to put away those. I probably have some splitters that I can drop. So you can see here, I set up a system that requests the items to be upgraded, and then I put a circuit condition to where it won't pull from this assembler if there's belts in here. So this chest is linked up to this inserter, and this inserter says if the belts is equal to 0, then you can pull out. Otherwise, ignore it, because they're going to be coming out of here. So I kind of did that all down the line here. Likewise with my oil, let's just cover the oil really quick here. I've adjusted a few things with oil, kind of used the new circuit stuff. So here's a pump on heavy oil that only pumps it if it's greater than 2,000. So if there's more than 2,000 heavy oil in here, it will pump it out and crack it down. If there's not, it keeps it in there because I want to make sure I've got enough for lubricant. Also connected to the heavy oil is the green circuit, which kind of wounds its way around to here. And this is actually creating heavy oil, but I don't want to consume all of my coal and just create heavy oil. I want to make sure that I'm using this to the best. So these green circuits are hooked up, and if oil drops below 1,000, I want to start this process, which is why there's exactly 1,000 heavy oil in here. And then over here, for light oil, I do a very similar thing for light oil, making sure there's some light oil remaining in here. So when this gets above 500 oil, it will pump it in to be cracked. Now we're maxed on petroleum gas right now, so that's why that is not working. The reason I need some light oil is because I want to start gems. And gems will kick off next episode when we create the process for gems. And that is going to be so much fun because gems are used in quite a few very advanced recipes. I'm going to be starting, the base is going to start using bots more and more. And I know some people prefer, belting things around. But with Bob's Mods, it is a brutal process trying to belt all of these intermediate products around just to get something that you can use. It's an absolutely brutal process. So I'm going to be starting to use bots quite a bit. And I won't use them for everything. I'll use them for like building intermediate products, but then when the finished products will go on the bus. So I'll use bots to move around like gems to be processed. And once the gems are processed and in their final form, I will move them onto the bus. And then the finished gems will be part of the bus to be used. So that's my thought process on that. But that'll do it for this episode. So thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.